This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network.
Hello there, Grace Alice here, just popping in your ears to say I really hope you're enjoying the G-Spot, and we have a treat for you. You're about to hear a teaser of one of our bonus episodes. So if you like what you hear, you can go and get loads more where that came from. If you sign up to Head Stuff Plus, you get my weekly bonus episodes, so that's double the G-Spot content you're going to get. You get ad-free listening, you get access to the bonus content of all the other Head Stuff podcasts as well, and there's some brilliant ones. And of course, it's an amazing way to support the G-Spot, which I truly, truly appreciate. All you have to do is head over to headstuffpodcast.com, sign up for as little as €5 plus VAT per month. Enjoy! And even if we make the argument of, oh, look, they're this age, they've been with this many people before, they should know by now that like women don't like this or women don't like that. Absolutely not, because each woman, each person is different. And, you know, we would be disgusted, and it's happened to me definitely at least maybe once, where again, and this is a shitty thing to say as a partner, and it's a clueless thing to say, but where someone will say, oh, like, this has made everyone else come that I've been with, or this has worked on everyone else. And like immediately that's going to get your back up, and you're going to be like, well, fuck everyone else. Like, you're here with me. It's not a copy and paste situation. I'm a whole different person. But we're kind of contradicting ourselves then, because a lot of us would have that reaction, right? Would be like, excuse me, I'm a whole different person. You can't just do what you did to someone else and expect the same results. But at the same time, we're then criticizing them for not being mind readers and not knowing what we like and not knowing what to do. But we haven't told them, as that brand new human, as that brand new woman who, you know, they're going to need a different map. They're in a different neighborhood now. They need, you know, a different guide. And we need to give them at least some of that, if not as much of that as possible. So there can be just these conflicting ideas there. Like even with, and we always make this joke, I've made this joke myself, because how many of us, women or anyone who owns a clitoris and a vagina and a vulva and all those bits, how many of us have lain there or stood there or sat there or whatever, where someone is rubbing your, you know, left labia really enthusiastically and then asking you, you know, did you come? And you're like, no, because you were nowhere near where you needed to be to make that happen. Many of us have been through that, and that's why we make a joke about it. And look, we make jokes as well to process unpleasant experiences we have. We make jokes to bond with each other about maybe similar sexual experiences we've had. And often, you know, again, we haven't actually showed them where to touch us. A lot of us would have been touching ourselves and known exactly where to touch, but would have felt too shy to show our partner. Now, if you didn't feel too shy and you did show your partner, fair play to you. I wish I had done that, you know, many times. But anyway, so we often make the joke of, you know, men can't find the clitoris, and like they need a GPS to find it, and they need Google Maps to find it, and it's so hard to find, and there's all these jokes. And like, look, I'm not giving out about any of that. I think there is room for humor about shared experiences, and like, unless you let your ego get in the way, like, anyone can laugh at that, even if you were the person who couldn't find the clitoris. Like, it's fine, it's grand. Like, we can't know everything, and that's the thing. So, you know, making all of these jokes, again, it's fine to a degree, but I think it's unhelpful when it gets to the point where it can be quite like, sometimes it could be a bit cruel, or sometimes it could be just a bit reductive, because then again, we're shooting ourselves in the foot, being like, oh, I'm sure men can't find this and men can't find that, and men are useless and men are clueless. And what can happen then is men are getting very self-conscious, and they are getting in their own heads then during sex. So then they're not able to relax enough to actually be in the moment a bit more with you and notice when you are responding, when you aren't responding. And it's also disempowering. Again, I'm using that word again. It is not empowering to leave to put your pleasure in someone else's hands and to let them figure it out. I mean, again, that doesn't really serve anyone. It's much more empowering to have an idea. Again, you don't need to know everything, but have an idea of what you like and be able to ask for that one thing, like you could be with a partner for years, and on that day, a certain type of touch that usually works just isn't working that day. That's very normal. That's okay. So just being able to guide their hand or guide the toy or guide their mouth or whatever you're using, just guide them on that day. You could be with a partner for years and years, and there could be just some days where actually, say, maybe even direct stimulation on the clitoris feels too much and you just want to be touched around it. You want to be touched with the palm of the hand rather than, a finger. You want to be touched with the thumb. You want to be touched in slower motions or harder. Like, look, it depends on the day, and different sensations will feel good on a given day. So, I mean, I suppose as well, a skill here is being able to tune into our body. And I have a whole online module lesson coming up about that. So keep your eye out for that, of how to actually learn, okay, what do I like physically? But again, the key here is communication. And I think the more communication as well we see being depicted even in some types of porn, in erotica, in fantasy we read, and there are ways of doing it in a sexy way. When we're thinking of the entertainment industry, it doesn't have to be clunky and clumsy and all of that. It can be that in real life, that's fine. But it can be done in a sexy way of, tell me how to touch you, and I love when you touch me here, and oh, I really want you to touch me like this. Please touch me like this. Whatever it is, whatever dynamics you like, whatever language you like to hear, there's absolutely a way to make communication feel more organic and feel more in the moment.
To hear the full episode, sign up at headstuffpodcast.com or click the link in the description.
This show is part of the Head Stuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with Head Stuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.